We have over 255 videos on my YouTube channel. However, if you're a Mitsubishi lover, we recently tested the full-size Mitsubishi Outlander. We also did a video on the subcompact Mitsubishi Mirage. We'll have links for both videos coming up at the end of this video. Stay tuned. We're at our garage where we'll be rolling out the 2018 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. You can tell it's the Sport because it says so right here on the hatch panel. It also says four-wheel drive on the rear window, so all of your neighbors will know you're a big spender. This is a nice looking vehicle, especially in the fire red paint that we got. Been getting a lot of compliments on the street. And we have some serious winds today, drowning out my microphone, so bear with me if you can't hear what I'm saying. If you read a lot of car publications or consumer magazines like Consumer Reports, a lot of them will tell you not to buy a Mitsubishi Outlander because they're outclassed and outdated. And they do have some points, I will agree, but they never tell you the positive reasons you might want to buy an Outlander, which is what we're going to do here. In fact, I'm going to give you 6 reasons why you might want to buy an Outlander. Number 1, this is one of the few Japanese SUVs actually made completely in Japan, not some foreign entity like Istanbul or Guadalajara. Not that there's anything wrong with building over there, but hey, if I'm paying for a Japanese car, I would like a Japanese product. I think you might too. Number 2, because it's made in Japan, that explains the excellent workmanship and build quality. Something I think we can all appreciate. Number 3, you get one of the best warranties in the industry, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the drivetrain, 5 years, 60,000 miles, and everything else. Number 4, even though Consumer Reports magazine does not like the Outlander, their own consumer surveys show this to be a very reliable, trouble-free car, so you probably won't need that 10-year warranty. Number 5, the base price of around $19,000 is certainly low enough and affordable. Plus, remember, Mitsubishi dealers offer big discounts in order to move them off the lot and get market share. So you can get one even cheaper than that. And number 6, last but not least, I keep getting emails from happy customers telling me how they love their Mitsubishis, so I'm sure there's some dissatisfied customers out there, but I haven't heard from one yet anyway. That's saying something. The Outlander is not a perfect vehicle. We're going to cover the good features and the bad features coming up in the video, and we're going to start that right now. As usual, anytime we get a test vehicle, the first thing we do is take the headlights out in the dark and see how they perform. Before we do that, I want to call your attention to this switch on the dash. This allows you to adjust the headlight alignment high or low as you see fit. A feature I would like to see on all vehicles, but very rare. We'll demonstrate how that works coming up next. It's dark enough. Let's check out these headlights. Here we have the headlights on a wall 100 feet away. Well, attempting to. We'll raise the alignment button. Now that's a lot better. Or you can lower it to your heart's content. I prefer it all the way up myself. And this is the low beam, and here's the high beam. Here we have the brights on the building 300 feet away with the headlights in the highest position, of course. Lots of light here, certainly no complaints. Go to low beam, reaches out just fine. This adjustable headlight feature is one of the best things that sliced bread. Also comes on the Nissan XD heavy-duty diesel. I think all manufacturers should put this on their vehicles, but they don't. Too bad. Now that summer's coming out, another test we're going to be doing is take our temperature gun and see how our paint job is doing reflecting heat. And for the record, our temperature outside today is a nice cool 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Here we have a vehicle with white paint, the best color for outdoors. 103.4 degrees. Here we have a black car, the worst color you can get. 144.8 degrees. And now my red beauty Outlander, 117.5 degrees. So now when you watch my videos and I tell you to stay away from dark colors like black unless you live in Hawaii or Alaska, now you know why. And this red paint did a great job reflecting heat and it looks good too. I know there's black car owners out there, they're getting ready to send me hate mail. I've gotten a few. In the meantime, let's look at the engine under the hood and see what drives this vehicle. The base engine is a 2-liter putting out 148 horsepower. The only real selling point of that is it does come with a 5-speed manual transmission as well as an automatic if you like shifting for yourself. I suggest moving up to the more powerful 2.4-liter putting out 168 horsepower. It's rated 24 to 30 mpg in 2-wheel drive or 23 to 28 in all-wheel drive, which we have here. The only disadvantage with this engine is you have to take the CVT automatic instead of a conventional 6-speed automatic. I don't like CVT automatics. I don't know anyone who does, but that's just the way it is, and that's what you get. Since we're sitting inside, we might as well take a look at the cabin. And I want to mention, if you're reading consumer magazines, a lot of them are complaining about the so-called cheap materials in here, and I don't really know what they're talking about. There's nothing fancy here for sure, but it's good, sturdy plastic, well made. For this price class, I really don't see anything to complain about myself, but that's me. The full-size Outlander has 3-row seating for a total of 7. This doesn't have the 3rd-row seating, just 2 rows. And they list the passenger capacity at 5. In reality, you're not going to fit more than 2 adults back here. If you want 5, maybe 3 monkeys. These seats do fold down for more storage capability, although doing so is rather tricky if you don't know how. Lift the floor panel. We get a real spare tire. Thank you very much. We get a nice gauge cluster with lots of useful information. Pardon the glare. It's sunny today and very hot. I'm really impressed with this glove box, one of the largest I've ever seen in a compact SUV. A console between the seats, large enough, good for a wallet, a phone, including my little Walmart flip phone that everybody makes fun of. The emergency brake is in between the seats. Some people like it there, some people don't. I like it there. The best feature of this vehicle is found in the climate controls. 3 simple knobs, one for temperature, one for fan speed, one for the vent, with touch on, touch off. It doesn't get any better than this. Why can't all vehicles do this? The infotainment screen isn't the largest, but large enough. The Mitsubishi Outlander series does have one interior flaw. I've been complaining about it to them for years, but they don't want to fix it, and that involves the sun visor design. The sun visors can be folded to the side in a mediocre attempt to block out sun from the side windows. Unfortunately, they cannot be moved back and forth. So you have this big gap in the window, which means in the early morning, late afternoon, the sun's coming through and baking your face like a potato. And there's not much you can do about this except tint the windows or buy some other optional items to block the sun out. What's really sad, Mitsubishi could fix this. It'd take about 5 minutes, a stroke of a pen. But they won't. That's just the way it is. Now that we're done with the show and tell segment, it's time to move on to do some driving and fuel economy tests. Along with the sun visors, another mediocre feature is the electric power steering, which definitely feels electric, has no feel, no feedback, no precision. Daily transportation, going to the store only. You will get used to it after a while, but nothing to rave about, that's for sure. With 168 horses and a CVT automatic, this isn't the quickest SUV on the planet, but adequate. Once it gets going, anyway. You get that humming of the CVT, which makes it sound like you're going quicker than you really are. Nice brakes, by the way. Some automotive testers have complained about the ride quality on the Outlander Sport. I don't know why. I've driven it on the street. I don't see a problem, but we'll do our speed bump test at 20 to 30 miles per hour and see what happens. By the way, if you hear a thumping noise, it's not the car falling apart. It's my toolbox I've got in the rear. Here comes speed bump number 1, 20 miles per hour. Not bad. Moving up to 25. Does a good job of absorbing the impacts. Here comes a very nasty one at 30. About as comfortable as the others. Look, I've been driving Outlanders for years, and there's no problem with the ride quality, regardless of what the other testers say. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And if nothing else, it does make up for this horrible power steering feel, which you will get used to eventually. Taking this vehicle on our high-speed turning circle seems like a waste of time because crispy handling is not in the cards on the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, but we're already here, so what the heck. Let's see if we can spin it out. Lots of wheel spin, not surprising. Let's try this in four-wheel drive. Well, still spinning the tires, but a lot more traction. Don't worry, when Grandma takes this to church on Sunday, she'll be just fine. Today's stupid stuff. For today's stupid stuff of the week video, one of the dumbest cars I've seen. Clown cars belong in the circus. And don't even ask me what this guy's problem is. Maybe he lost his shopping cart. Yeah. For the rest of this video, we're going to be doing fuel economy testing, about 400 miles worth, by the way. So you might want to stay tuned for that. And since this is an SUV with all-wheel drive, or four-wheel drive as they call it, we'll be doing some off-roading too. You might want to stay tuned for that as well. Like I said earlier, this is why you need sun visors that can slide back and forth to block out sun from the side windows, so your face doesn't get baked like this. Where's my sunscreen? We just completed 109 miles of interstate traveling, averaging 74 miles per hour, 24.7 mpg. More to come. We're going to reset the computer and do a fuel economy test. Stand by. Our second highway trip, averaging 71 miles per hour. We'll make that 70. 25.1 mpg. For those interested, this is one of my secret hideaways. We're going to take a break from our highway fuel economy testing and do a bit of off-roading. With this generous ground clearance and four-wheel drive, yes, this can be taken off-road. Just keep in mind this is a car platform, not a heavy-duty rig with a stiff frame. So light-duty use is just fine. Drive with care and you won't have a problem. Just press the magic button. We have two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive auto, and four-wheel drive lock. This four-wheel drive lock system works great in loose gravel and sand, as you can see. If you find a road that's too rough, just send one of your dumb friends down and let him do all the legwork. Especially if they're not paying for the gas. Come on, hurry up. A lot more hiking for you to do. Could you direct me to the nearest saloon, please? We're going to get back on the freeway and do more fuel economy tests. And by the way, this is a very comfortable SUV for cruising on backcountry roads. Quiet, comfortable, in spite of the dead steering. Handling's pretty good. When driving on mountain curves, it's important to keep your eyes on the road. Don't be looking down there, that's dangerous. Got to keep your eyes on the road like I do. Like so. Safety tip of the day. This is going to be our last fuel economy test, 130 miles of interstate freeway driving. Stay tuned. From an elevation of 2,500 feet to 1,100 feet, 28.4 mpg. Averaging around 75 miles per hour. And that is our final fuel economy test. All that off-roading got the car dirty, so it looks like we're going to have to take it in for a little wash. Always thought about being in the Navy and being in the submarines, so we're living the experience here in the auto car wash. Here we go, we got it nice and squeaky clean, just like new. And we're about to reach our 600-mile test target, so time to give you my opinion of what I think about this vehicle after a one-week test drive. So here's the real question. Is the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport really outdated, like some of the consumer magazines say? I don't think it's really relevant. What really matters, is this pleasant to drive, and is it worth buying? And I say yes. In these 600 miles I put on this in the week I had it, the only complaint I had was with the sun visors, but you can fix that yourself. Other than that, it's a very comfortable vehicle to drive, a nice commuter. The quality is great, the price is right, and a good warranty as well. And in my opinion, it's certainly better looking than some of the other Japanese look-alike vehicles we see on the road. But that's just me, maybe you don't agree. Then again, maybe it's this nice bright red paint that adds to the luster. When people ask me the best compact SUV to buy, I usually tell them the Toyota RAV or the Honda CR-V. But if I was in the market myself, I wouldn't kick this off the list. Give it a test drive if you're in the market for a compact SUV and see what you think. Coming up is a link for other Mitsubishi vehicles we've driven. Just click and watch.